Now, the book Lessons from an African Entrepreneur by Ian Minto is described as a practical guide for entrepreneurs wanting to start their own trading business in Southern Africa for the first time. Based on Minto's years of running his own businesses, this offering imparts firsthand the business startup experience with a set of lessons needed to create and build the business in the first few years. Now, Ian Minto joins me now in studio this morning to share his entrepreneurial knowledge that he outlined in the book. Ian, a very good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
Great stuff. So good to have you. Talk to us about the importance of putting this book together. When was it and how long have you been in business, by the way?
Well, I've been in business for 16 years down in the Western Cape, and I have another business in Namibia, which has been going for 9 years, hence the name of the book, with an African connection.
Okay.
The book came about almost 2 years ago. I got to Johannesburg Airport early at the end of a business trip,
yep.
And I checked in, and with all the time, I just opened my laptop. And it was a crazy thing. Before I knew it, I started typing. And I can't remember the flight home. And by the time I came into Cape Town Airport, I typed up almost 25 chapters of what was to become my book, which was an amazing thing, you know. So that's how it started.
I mean, I've mentioned in the intro that the book is based on your personal experience. Do you want to talk to us about your very first business venture and how that went?
Yeah, the first business venture is the one in the Western Cape.
Okay.
I had a corporate career with a big gas company in South Africa, and eventually I was promoted to the board of directors in the UK, so I had a big job overseas, but I wasn't happy. There was just something missing, and I just had this driving thing inside of me to have my own business.
Yeah.
I didn't feel well connected enough on the other side, so we packed up, came back to Cape Town, and I started my own gas company.
Right.
And that's where it came from.
Talk to us about some of the pitfalls and the challenges that you encountered along the way.
Wow, there are many, and that's the reason why I've done the book. You know, a lot of small business people, men and women who start out, they don't have the skill set to get going in the early stages. They might have a good idea, they may come from an engineering background or an accounting background, and they're running with the skill set that they've got, yeah. But it isn't sufficient to get the small business off the ground, you know, in the way that they want to. So there's a lot of hurdles that they have to get over. When I started mine, I bought a lot of business books, and I was just a junkie. I used to read everything, but it takes a lot of time, you know, and a lot of them are like textbooks. And for someone starting out, you need something which is a quick read, something that you can really get your mind around. And that's why the book on lessons is a book which someone who's wanting to start and do their own business, yeah. will find very easy to read, and they'll be able to absorb those lessons.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the book right now, I mean, the cover is so catchy. Talk to me about about the form of the book. I mean, the format of the book, rather. Is it inspirational? Is it motivational? Or is it simply lessons?
I think it's a bit of all of those. Mm-hmm. I've put motivational messages at the end of each chapter, just to keep people interested in what they're reading, and yeah, it has all of those things.
So is it enough to spark that entrepreneurial urge in me?
I sure hope so. And many like you.
Right. Now, I think one of the most interesting chapters in the book is where you talk about funding, cash flow, accounts, pricing, because money, of course, is the core of every business, isn't it?
It certainly is. Starting a new business, you can't do enough planning. I speak to so many small business owners, and quite often the ones that don't make it are the people that don't have, certainly the first time around, a good business plan. A good business plan is imperative. You have to spend a lot of time on it. I look at a business plan as a roadmap. It's something which you create, it's for yourself, and you should be following it as you go along. But if things aren't working out exactly as you planned in your business plan, you should be able to adjust it to get you back on course to where you're going.
I mean, I suppose that a business plan is a second step of starting your own business after, of course, having had that business idea first and foremost. So what are some of the key ingredients of starting and maintaining a business?
Well, I think you have to have an enormous amount of mental energy. I'm always telling people that. When I came back from overseas, I just had this driving urge to get my own business going. It was so strong that... and it helped me. It just helped me to get going in the early stages. People have got to be careful not to start their own business for the wrong reasons. You've got to start your own business because is really what you want to do. You haven't got to try and copy someone else who's successful, or it's got to be for your reasons and your reasons alone.
You know, Ian, so much has been said about business, about starting a business, about how to maintain a business. So many books have been written about business. So what makes your book so unique? What sets it apart from the rest?
I think mine is, because it's based on my personal experience of having businesses in South Africa and Namibia, my thoughts and my lessons are all localized to Southern Africa, which makes it exciting for the readership that I'm targeting. And it's an easy read. It's not a textbook. It's something which you can get through in a short space of time, and you can keep it as a reference book.
Who does it appeal to, really? Is it those who are already in business or those looking to start a business?
That's a good question. When I wrote the book, my thoughts were it would be aimed at people who are wanting to start their own business, but the reviews that are coming in on the Facebook page are from a lot of people who have had businesses for a long time, and they're enjoying the book too. So it's a bit of a bonus that it seems to be a wider spectrum.
Okay, so after reading this book, what is it that you want me to learn from it?
Well, just that preparing yourself before you get going is all important. Too many businesses fail because there isn't enough preparation done up front.
True.
And that's the part that people really need to focus on, and I cover that quite a lot in the book.
True. Where can you get hold of this copy?
It's in bookstores across South Africa, exclusive books, bargain books. It's online for Kindle users. They can download it.
All right.
It's all over.
All right. Ian, thank you so much, man. I hope this book will spark that entrepreneurial spark in so many people.
Let's hope. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure. Well, that was author and entrepreneur Ian Minto talking to us about his latest book titled Lessons from an African Entrepreneur. Well, you can also join us for our Saturday or rather Sunday book feature to talk about some of the books that you're currently reading or have read, whether you are a lone reader or you belong to a book club. Just send us some of your favorite picks. All you have to do is to email, Facebook, or even tweet us a picture or with a relevant caption by using our social media platforms. You can use our Twitter handle at @MorningLiveSABC or #MorningLiveSABC. You can also tag us or slide into our DMs, as they say, on our page. That's MorningLiveSABC, or just send us an email on morninglive@sabc.co.za. Pearl, over to you. What you got for us?